Right, so we'll get back into it for part two. Band of Bastards was released today, so I've obviously gone ahead and activated that myself. So I'll be playing the game as I would up until the Baptism of Fire quest, and from then on I'll be showing everyone how to well what's new and what's going on in the DLC. So this from that will be a blind playthrough. But up until then, I generally know the gist of what is going on. So let's get back into it. Escaping from Skalitz. So I'll close this. Oh, I didn't know this. Oh, of course, that was the pre-order pack. I am aware of that. Anyway, I want to get away from that human because he will not he will mess me up. I'm not fond of that. Oh. Just gonna run down to the mill. A couple of horses down there, and I'll take one. Right. Checking. Do I actually have the sword equipped? Don't think I do. No, I do.
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you! Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
So there's not much to do. Like to save Teresa here, all I have to do is actually just punch him. That's it. Now, get out of here, grab a horse, and that's that. Don't have to do anything with the humans, I can just run away. Don't have to kill him. First time I did that, I did try and kill him, and it did not end well for me, as you might expect. Okay then. So let's bolt to Talmberg, I guess. Before we bleed out and die. Fight these guys. It is possible to actually lose the horsemen, but it's not really worth it. The ride's only a couple minutes, and it takes a lot longer than that to get rid of the horses. Oh, there's no way I just got rid of them. Yeah, game, show me up, why don't you? Fuck. I'm gonna stop galloping then to gain some stamina back and stop the horse from heading me. Oh fuck. Oopsie. There we go.
Flee to Talmberg. Flee.
I'd say those horses aren't coming back after me. I've lost them well and truly.
They tore at Skalitz.
So let's see if I can get to Talmberg before I bleed to death. I have done that a few times before and it's not fun. There we go. Just as my horsemanship leveled up.
Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Skalitz has been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here! Hey! And loose! Hanyo! Who's in there? They're turning tail! Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Always pleasant.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
Have you idlers nothing better to do? Get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Jeez, these cutscenes can be a while. Rightio. So let's get something to eat first, I reckon, because I do believe that we come back in starving. Guess we'll find out when this loads back in. There we go, yep. Starving and... oh, hello. Let me just warp right through you. Starving and tired. Who's opening that door? Is it you? Oh no, gotta talk to this man first. Alright.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in.
Mm-hmm.
You fled from Skalitz.
They say he was a
How did
swordsman.
you manage that?
Why'd I lose reputation? The fuck did I do? Bullshit.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
I'm still curious as to how I lost that reputation. Give me a second. Was it with Skalitz or Talmberg? Let me check. I got no clue. Oh, strength leveled up. Didn't even realise. Right. I'm not big on shields, so I don't see myself using that maybe. And I can, it's possible to get all strength perks except one. So yeah, no, I think I'll go Gravedigger for now. I can actually see myself using that being a Sneaky fellow. And I've got a -1 buff to speech, which I think is from being tired or hungry. Tired, right. Well then, let's steal all this food and eat it before I die. Because it is very, very possible, at least on hardcore mode, to die of hunger. So I'll find out in a second. If I don't eat, that is. But I plan on eating because I cannot be bothered to do that. Horse riding again. And I'll make the wine that's in the bowl as well. Nice. I should be able to eat from the pot. Oh fuck, I wanted to check how hungry I was beforehand. Oh. Alright, so only just 5 nourishment. Now we know. 5 instead of 20 or 40 or whatever it was I said before. Right, so I got 50 apples. Which will be weighing me down a fair bit. Man, I could sit here and eat them all. That's a nice even number there, then I'll... Don't want to eat more chicken, not a good idea. Which was at 32, have one of them, one of them. That should be 100. Oh, fucking Christ. 10 over. So when you go over your nourishment, you get the overeating buff, which makes you it gives you less stamina. That's it, which we can't see here, and you can't see at all because I'm on hardcore. Oh, alright, that was Henry blinking from being tired. Scared the shit out of me. Can't talk to anyone else. I think we actually can do right now is go to bed. So I'll do just that. Courteously close the door. And I'm not even sure if this actually does anything or change dialogue at all. I'm gonna take the boots off. And I think I get woken up at 3 or 4 maybe? Nope, 9 o'clock.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
This is pretty straightforward, I think. Yeah, may as
You
well.
might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any...
Yeah, we go with that one.
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to father.
Where the fuck
He sent
are
me
you,
to
Henry?
collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention
You're
of
practically
paying.
insider at this point.
It got a bit heated, as often
Cheeky
happens when
man.
there's money involved. But Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzi.
Well, I now know that she's got Christmas score
The sword
5,
was
or
taking
minus
shape
6, so
when
I'm
Sir
going to take
Radzi
that.
himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
Apologies if you can hear the rain in the
And then
background.
death descended on Skalitz.
Got a bit of a storm going on. Right. I'm going for this
Father
one.
told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode
So if
off.
I never punch
Like a
those
valiant
humans,
knight.
I'd have to
I'll never
lie
forget
there
the horror.
about whether or not I saved Teresa.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Which is a pretty easy speech check to
Terrible.
pass.
How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors he went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
How kind of her.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Oh fuck, I forget about these dreams.
Move in, people! Come on, running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back! Henry, help us!
Help us soon. Don't be a coward.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Don't forget to put your shoes back on. It's wet outside. Oh shit, what happened to all my stats? Oh, I forgot about the nightmares. Now I'm gonna take this torch. It's forbidden to walk outside at night without a torch. And this rain in game's almost as bad as the rain outside right now.
Prepare for the worst. And don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talberg overnight? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Good luck to you.
And another 5-minute long cutscene.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think
You're
of
a
going
fucking
back there,
idiot,
you
Henry.
donkey. Are you tired of living? Sir, quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! Don't be a cold mate right here now!
It's like a decent 5-minute ride to Rattay from there. At that pace they're walking, they won't get there till, that time tomorrow night.
Med,
I'm not listening to that.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes. Yours.
Is that a request?
I'd rather it was a request.
Of course I'll help.
Splendid.
Now I can't actually wait until that guard runs up to me. So I'm gonna just stay here a bit. Oopsie. Excuse you. Gonna try and level up my agility a bit. There we go, there he is. Come to me? Yeah, there we go.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just leave.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah, I just gotta wait. Is it until morning? Yeah, it would be. Go. And another 5-minute long fucking cutscene.
Jesus. We'll come to hit them like Skalitz.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
It's like you're a psychic there.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Well, what do you think you're gonna do there, Henry?
Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Spoken like a true diplomat. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of men in the background. Fucking hell.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
What the fuck can the peasants see from down there? They're cheering, but there's no way they could see the army over those walls. Because all the guards and Henry are up there. Just gonna check. I'm gonna stand where they were. Must thrust me into conversation. Yeah, so they were down here. And the hill's over there. There's absolutely no way they'd be able to tell.
What's so hard about putting up a fence?
Ask him that. You'd think it was a cathedral he was building.
Right, I need to talk to a robot, I believe, not Divish. There we go.
God be with you.
So, Robard,
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped.
So, Robard, my parents died there.
I don't think I'm going to succeed in this.
I can't leave them to be eaten by
I think he's
dogs.
maybe got 8
What
or
would
10.
you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders.
Why the fuck am I
You'll
losing
have to wait
reputation?
until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg. But the good lord gave me ears, and I've heard.
Were there many?
Indeed. But it was the Gutenberg.
I see.
Listen, lad. These are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack?
Why do you think?
Silver. For the loot.
So he could loot it?
Correct. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Gutenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Gutenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he failed.
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Gutenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Gutenberg, Sigismund killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He defeated Wenceslas.
Where did these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said, that they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But and believe me, may the Lord watch over you.
Right. So I reckon this is a good time to call an end to part 2. I hope you enjoyed if you did watch it, and we should be able to finish the whole tutorial missions by the end of part 3, I reckon. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.